Good evening. This is Dr. Garrett, and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. I hope and pray you are having a wonderful evening. Today or tonight, I will be discussing the bank perspective. The bank perspective with improving relational functioning in the spirit of reciprocity. Once again, this is Dr. Garrett, your favorite therapist who's using everyday life experiences to improve our relational functioning. Music ushers in the presence of the Lord. It also gives us a sense of mindfulness where we are able to slow down our emotional functioning, pay attention and control our breathing, and also listening to the body, freeing the mind and opening up the mind for truth. So as I discussed the bank perspective, we and most people have bank accounts, a savings account and a checking account. In the spirit of reciprocity, it is always beneficial to give and receive. That allows us to have health and wealth when we are given more than we are receiving. So consider banking, where you are depositing frequently in your checking and savings account, more so than you are taking out. Now, it is healthy to give. So when you get your check, you deposit in your savings and your checking account with the idea of planning, pay your bills, and also saving for a rainy day. Now, your savings account, the whole symbolism holistically of your savings account is to store up as much resources so when that rainy day occurs, you are able to weather the storms of life. So the funds which you deposit in your savings account would be truths, would be object lessons, will it is a remembrance of the blessings that happened to you in the past, which you can use in the present and in the future. That's what your savings account is for, because it's really the saving account of your heart, right? The checking account of your heart. We are we are depositing truth and insight in our hearts to be used for the present and future purposes. So your savings account is the whole idea of depositing truth, resources in the savings account of your heart to be used for present and future circumstances, which will give you greater insight of managing your emotions and intellect so you can arrive at decision that will edify yourself and edify someone else. So that is part one of the banking perspective, the savings account of your heart. The second part is the checking um, account of your heart. As you deposit your funds in your bank account or deposit truth in your heart, it gives you insight to check yourself. There are times we say things which is not in our best interest. We hurt ourselves and we hurt others. So as we store truth in our hearts, it gives us a greater awareness of engaging in behaviors that's going to be edifying to others. Before we cast a stone on someone else, we really need to look at ourselves and our behaviors to determine if our emotions is overriding our thoughts. We have to um, rule out any behaviors which does not have our best interests in mind. Frustration, anger, and bitterness will be replaced with positive emotions, which can elicit change and harmony, such as love unselfishly, patience, harmony, empathy, positive emotions that can move from problem to solution focused activity. So as we deposit in our checking accounts, it gives us an awareness and insight of ourselves so we can engage in behaviors that's edifying. We are becoming a movement, a center of influence, a repairer of the breach where we can engage in mature, responsible, edifying, accountable, holistic behaviors that brings about change and sustains change. So this is called the banking perspectives, where the whole idea is to deposit more than we take out. In a healthy relationship, you are given more than you receiving, right? So it's important for to have that right balance. So if you are giving a lot to your partner has to acquiesce and give back to you. And this is the healthy reciprocal relationships that's needed to sustain the relationship, especially during the storms of life. To give and also to receive. So when your partner is given, open up your mind to realize that your husband or your spouse or your wife is modeling the behaviors for you to do so, for you to do also. So you build each other up like a ladder and a connective bond by you pouring in to others so they can pour out the same blessings to you. Reciprocity. This is the banking perspective that we withdraw and deposit and withdraw in the savings account of our hearts, in the checking account of our heart, so we can be filled up with holistic truth and endurance to override our negative emotions so we can engage in positive emotion to lead to solutions. Tell me how you feel about the videos. Please share your thoughts. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And remember, we are more than conquerors. Believe in yourself, think higher, and walk taller. Have a great evening. And remember, you are magnificent and you can engage in change.